In setting up my Quad Plus frame, I was dealing with some unusual issues on the roll axis. My drone would go into a death spiral, and I wasn't sure why. It was suggested to me that it could be things related to PIDs or to ESC desync, but I didn't think that the case since everything seemed healthy. It was suggested to me to use Motor Mixer to fix this. Specifically with this frame, the distance between the motors is different from the center of the flight controller. On a Quad X, which is traditionally the most common frame configuration, the distance between the motors and the flight controller is equal. From the center of the flight controller, you can see the equal distance to each motor. With the Quad Plus configuration drone, you can see varying distances between each motor to the center of the flight controller. In suggestion of that, we'll be using the Motor Mixer calculator. You can see here a Quad Plus configuration to use as a baseline. As you can see here, Motor Mixer calculator is presuming with a Quad Plus configuration drone that you have an equal distance from each motor to the center of the flight controller. In this instance of frame, you can see motors 2 and 3 share an equal distance from the flight controller, but motors 1 and 4 do not. It's simple to use. We'll need to measure the distance between motors. First, we'll measure the distance between either motor 1 to motor 2 or motor 1 to motor 3. On this quad, I measured a distance of 70 millimeters. We'll input that into both the 1 to 2 and 1 to 3 fields. Once it's changed, you can see that Motor Mixer render more closely resembles my quad motor configuration. Next, we'll need to measure the distance between motor 2 and 4 or motor 3 and 4. I measured the distance to be 105 millimeters. You will see the render change and more closely match the quad frame that I have. With these measurements entered into Motor Mixer calculator, we'll be able to generate a CLI command for us to use in our flight control software. In my case, I will be using MUFlight, but it will also work in Betaflight. We will need to select from the list Clean Flight 1.0 onwards, and then copy the generated text below. After copying our new Motor Mixer CLI command information in, we can open our flight control software and go into CLI. Check what our current motor mix is by typing mmix. Here you can see a standard Quad X configuration motor mix. What we'll need to do next is go in and copy in the new motor mix. I'll paste that in. It'll be important to type save afterwards. Wait for that to reset. Go back into CLI. And we'll type that command again, motor mix, just to verify that it's been saved, which it has. And then after this, it's just left to test flight. The moment of truth, I went to a field up by my house and tried a snap roll. A couple flips. Instantly, the drone was locked in, no more death spirals. Anything regarding that desync or PIDs wasn't actually the case, and I had a relatively normal feeling quad. Obviously, not all things are fixed. There's always better tuning you can do, but I hope this helps anyone who has any similar issues.
You should go full throttle down the hill.
Well, I haven't done full throttle before. Yeah, I'll go a little bit faster. Because why not, right?
Yeah.
Here you go, man.